talk about.
Let me talk to you.
Yeah.
Throwdown Nation, we are live. It is a Tuesday afternoon. We are at a special early start time of 5 p.m. We are rolling on Instagram, on YouTube, on Twitter/X, on Facebook, and on Twitch. It is episode 135 of the Throwdown, and today we are throwing down with North Carolina-based pro wrestling superfans, Kaden, Jason, and Missy Long. How are you guys doing today?
We're good.
Awesome, awesome. And for those of you that are watching this live, if you have any questions or comments, just throw them in the chat, and we'll either handle them as we go or do a little Q&A at the end. So we'll go ahead and kind of get started with the first and the most obvious question. This is mostly to you, Kaden, but I want to get responses from your parents too, and that is, how long have you guys been wrestling fans?
Since I was about I got really into wrestling figures from my cousin. So probably about 6 years old. But I didn't start going to shows since 2 years ago though.
Gotcha. What about you guys? How long have you been fans?
I've been a fan since the late 80s. Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant era.
Oh yeah.
Early to mid 90s.
Gotcha. So for each of you, what is your earliest wrestling related memory? What is the first wrestling related memory that you have?
You want to go first? You want me to go first? Mine is probably my brother loving Brutus the Barber Beefcake and chasing me around the house with the shears, trying to cut my hair.
Thinking she was Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. Because at the time, Hulk Hogan was my favorite, so he was chasing me, and yeah.
And probably knowing her brother, she would have actually probably cut her hair for real.
Yeah, I don't doubt that for a minute. You know, brothers and sisters will do crazy stuff to each other. What about you, Jason?
The earliest I can remember is back in the 90s. I want to say it was 94. I got to meet Ivan and Nikita Koloff, and I have a signed picture that was dated 1994, and it's signed by Ivan. I want to try and get, next time I go to a show where Nikita's there, I want to see if he'll sign it too. That way, so I'll have both autographs.
Very cool. So what about you, Kaden? What's the earliest memory that you have relating or involving wrestling?
Oh Lord, hold on. Okay, so I was playing with wrestling figures,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden, I had no idea what the wrestling figures were about. Just my cousin kept on bringing them, so I was like, oh, these look like toys and stuff. And I had no idea, so I just played, and I just had no idea what I was doing. So until a long time later. It's
Gotcha.
not really much of a good one, but that's the only memory.
So, and this is another question kind of for all of y'all. You know, besides wrestling and just the everyday stuff, what are your hobbies and interests?
Okay, I like going to race tracks too, and I yell at the drivers too.
Like NASCAR type stuff?
Yeah, but there's this racing thing in Winston called Bowling Gray. It's great.
Cool.
It's
It's kind of like the WWE of NASCAR.
Gotcha.
It's very much action and a lot of drama and like back and forth, drivers fighting. So I think that's why he loves it so much. So it reminds him a lot of the whole wrestling scene.
Gotcha.
That's pretty much it. I mean, my life revolves around. I want him to get experiences and be able to be happy. So if there's a wrestling show, we're usually somewhere at a wrestling show every weekend. Very little time. There's not very often that we are at home not doing anything. We're usually somewhere in North Carolina.
Unless we're not feeling good or I'm at work.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, outside of wrestling, and this is again a question for all of y'all. Outside of wrestling, what person inspires you the most and why?
My favorite race car driver, number 72, Bryant Robertson. Because he just kind of reminds me of a whole lot of like good stuff, like cause even though he's not that much of a good driver, and he's not well known, and he normally doesn't win, he still doesn't give up. He fixes his car, and he keeps on practicing, and he keeps on trying and never gives up. So kind of perseverance.
Absolutely. And those are examples and lessons to live by.
For me, it's my nephew David. In 2022, on his 13th birthday, he was diagnosed with leukemia. And in January of 2023, we almost lost him. He almost passed because of a reaction to the chemotherapy and whatnot. But a couple of months ago, just before his 16th birthday, he finished treatment. He rang the bell, and he is doing amazing now. And he is also a very big wrestling fan.
Awesome. What about you, Jason?
Not
that hard.
Well, when you're the one who's always looked up to, it's kind of hard to find somebody that you look up to.
Fair enough.
So I do have one, and it was my first shift captain. Everybody called him Tiny. But in 2016, he was on his way home with his dad and his brother coming down from Maggie Valley and up the tail of the dragon. And unfortunately, we lost him due to a motorcycle wreck where a car pulled out in front of him. I know that, he watches over and watches over me and is down beside me on days I'm at work, along with a couple other family members, my grandfather, my great uncle. But it's just like Kaden said for his person, he never gave up. He was always persevering to be better at the job and helping the newer people learn and do better so they could be the best they could.
And we have a picture of it. You might not be able to see it, but it's right there, and it has always of his motorcycles, and it has a fire over it.
Quite see it.
Yeah. But it's...
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. And he almost made me cry. Story.
Almost made me cry too. So, what is your favorite thing about North Carolina?
I mean, you grew up.
Definitely not school.
That's any kid's answer.
Yeah, and that's every kid's answer. You want me?
Yeah.
I like it because it's just there's a lot of different things to explore, and North Carolina is big and stuff, and it always keeps you on your toes, even though you
Oh,
just
for
want
sure.
to stay home and play Fortnite.
I think for me, I love the biggest thing I love about North Carolina, and especially where we live. We are about a 3-hour drive to the beach, 3-hour drive to the mountains. So we're kind of in between. We got the best of both worlds. We got the beach and the mountains. You know, it's the best of. You know, it's just no matter what you want to do, there's something to do around North Carolina.
Gotcha.
I
Gotcha.
have to say the same thing. You know, being right in the middle, almost the middle of the state. You know, you go 3 hours, 4 hours to the west, and you've got, you know, the Appalachian Mountains, Boone, Banner Elk, Asheville, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, Gatlinburg. And then if you go 3 to 4 hours east, depending on traffic, you've got Wilmington, Kitty Hawk, Kill Devil Hills,
Outer Banks. Yeah.
the Outer Banks.
Nag's Head was really fun. That putt.
No doubt.
But I mean, a lot of people don't know, but one of the longest running monster truck teams is based out of Kill Devil Hills, and that's Gravedigger. So
My favorite one.
you go 3.5 hours east, and you're practically sitting at their front door.
Nice. Yeah, my son and I went to see Monster Jam when it came to Atlanta several years ago, and really had a good time. And got to see the Gravedigger team and all that. So that was pretty neat. And I remember Kill Devil Hills being mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys have been to a lot of live shows. So this may be a hard question, but is there a particular live show that you have been to that you would say is your favorite? And if so, why?
Oh, you had to do this to us.
I'll let you answer that one, Kaden.
No.
What's your
I'll do
favorite?
it.
No. Kaden, you answer.
Oh,
You answer
What's
first.
your favorite one you've been to? I could probably figure it out.
probably AML.
Pro show.
No, live show.
Oh, live show.
Any of them, independent or
Okay.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun at AML. We do. That was the first independent show we started going to in January of 2023. And they run every month, so that's where we found home. That was the first place we found home. And then we discovered there was more around us. So we started going to those as well. And we've kind of found a home all over the place in all the different independent promotions that we go to. I think for me, the favorite, one particular show that we'd ever been to, I want to say was when we took Kaden to the WWE Holiday Tour when it came to Greensboro in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
That day, we were able to we were on the floor right at the entrance ramp and just watching him. And this was before he discovered the Lucha Mask. But watching him just stare at all the wrestlers and just the atmosphere, he just was totally in it, and he got to high five. Like Ricochet was there. He got to take a selfie with Bray Wyatt, which is one of his most prized pictures.
Oh, no doubt. May he rest in peace.
Absolutely, he loves Bray Wyatt.
I got to take a selfie with Liv Morgan.
Yep, that night he got to take a selfie with Liv Morgan. Ricochet signed his poster. He got to high five KO and Kofi Kingston and just all of them, and that whole atmosphere. And I think because it was a house show, it was a lot more laid back. There was no, storylines that they had to keep up. It was just a lot of fun.
Right. They weren't so worried about kayfabe and all that. They were just just there to have a good time
Entertain.
with the fans. So yeah.
Exactly. And that was what was awesome about it.
Yeah. Also here here lately I was at a WWE show, and I got a actually I think that was really made my day. I met Ray Phoenix again, and I got a picture with him. He gave me a free card. Plus also I got to take a picture with Charlotte Flair,
Nice.
Take a picture with.
The Miz.
Mm-hmm. And Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, Drew McIntyre.
Something I have heard about Drew McIntyre. I mean, he's a big guy, but I've heard that the what you see on camera doesn't really do it justice. I've heard that in person, if you are there with him, he is just a massive person. Is that accurate?
He's pretty big.
Yeah, not really.
He is
Like,
very, very nice, though. He was.
Yes.
Kaden has met a little girl through wrestling that has become his best friend. And we go to a lot of shows together, so he sees her all the time.
Not the same. She's about 2 days older than me.
Yeah. But she has met Drew a few times. And so when we got to see him in Greensboro back in May, she introduced Kaden to Drew McIntyre. And she was like, "This is my best friend, Kaden." And it was such a sweet moment. And Drew was just so sweet and sat there and talked to Kaden. Kaden was trying to tell him about Roblox, and Drew had no idea what he was talking about. But he was like, "Oh, okay," with his accent. But he's a very commanding presence, but he was very gentle and sweet, much different than the person that you see in the ring. And,
Right.
During the stories.
Not the Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest person. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
wrestle. I think people
Yeah.
want to do so. No, he's actually like, hey.
Yeah, he's very soft-spoken, surprisingly.
And Drew acknowledged him and said, "Hello, best friend Kaden."
Yep.
Oh,
Sure
that's
did.
cool. That
Yep.
is very cool. I was actually just looking in the chat, and we've actually got some indie wrestlers actually in the chat. The Influence Wilson Dyer, who is he's going to be coming on the show next week. He's in the chat, and KJ Valentine, who is also an upcoming guest, is in the chat. So I mean, we've definitely got some wrestlers watching this live, so that's pretty exciting.
Is there a way we could see the chat or no?
Not us.
Not really, not at the moment, but
You can watch it later.
Yeah, we
Yeah, we can
I
watch
see
it later.
right there.
But I've got I shared the Facebook Live, and I've got it still pulled up on my phone that's sitting on my knee.
Nice. So, and this is a kind of a question to all of you. Do you guys prefer wrestlers who are good workers in the ring, or do you like good talkers?
I like good workers.
For me, I think I like a good strong combination.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they're a good worker but they can't talk and engage the audience, then it's just a bunch of moving around in the ring, and you don't feel like you're being brought into the action and into the story.
The oversized chipmunk.
But I think a good combination of both. They've got to be good talkers too.
That's why I don't really like Gunther that much. He's not a very good talker. Plus, all he does is chest chops.
Yeah, well, yeah, chest chops and the sleeper hold, and he's got it done. I mean,
I'm gonna have to agree. If you can do one or the other, but not both, it's going to throw the whole aspect and the whole
Action.
action and the nature off in the ring to where nobody's going to be able to follow it, and it's going to become sloppy, and that's when people get hurt.
Right, right. Completely agree. You know, it's something that I always really enjoy seeing are when somebody is really strong in one aspect or the other, and they do the work to improve the other aspect. Like, you know, getting started, for instance, in AEW, you know, MJF is otherworldly on the mic, but he wasn't. I mean, he was a solid worker, but he wasn't really an exceptional in-ring worker. But he's put in the work to where he is now very good in ring, and kind of the same thing with Will Ospreay. Amazing in the ring, but when he was in Japan, they didn't really have him talk much. But he's an amazing talker, you know, and so, you know, seeing people actually put in the work to improve themselves is just really cool, I think.
Yeah, we've had the opportunity to watch several independent wrestlers that we've met over the years and watch them work hard and grow from, you know, kind of being awkward in their first. There's quite a few that we've met when we met them, they were at their start, and then now watching them a couple of years later just blossoming and becoming great talkers, good workers, really engaging. Um, we've watched people go from heel to face. Like it's great to just see the like evolution of these guys.
For sure, for sure. So, so, and again, this is kind of to all of you. Do you have an all-time favorite match? Is there a match that that you just find yourself kind of going back to, like it's comfort food, or something that you just that just really a match that really sticks with you?
Oh,
Go ahead.
you go first.
No, you go
You
ahead.
go first.
You go ahead. I know you got one in mind.
Oh Lord.
Slam heard around the world.
Yeah. The slam heard around the world. That was a good one.
Wait,
Yep.
wait, what one?
When Hulk Hogan body
When Hulk
slammed
Hogan body slammed Andre.
Yeah.
No.
I do know one other event that really made your day.
What?
When we went down to Ellerby, what, 2 years ago? 22?
23. You got to meet Andre's daughter.
And he got to put on Andre's Hall of Fame ring.
And I got to hold his
Oh,
shirt.
wow.
And I got to try on his cowboy boot.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it went up to my shin.
At the
It was right around
I'm
your knee.
sure.
yeah.
It went up to above my knee.
What about your favorite match ever? Do
Okay.
you have one?
Yeah. I like the match in WWE where it was James Ellsworth versus AJ Styles with Dean Ambrose as a special guest referee. It was just so funny watching Dean Ambrose just being the referee because he is best friends with James Ellsworth, and so basically AJ Styles put him up in a sleeper hold, and and then Dean Ambrose turned away, and then that's when he tapped, and he was like, oh, he pulled out his phone and was like, hello, huh? Oh yeah, and then he stopped tapping when Dean Ambrose turned around.
Nice. So, oh, go ahead.
No, I'm good. I think for him and I, we both remember the slam heard around the world with. I remember seeing that and watching it and going, wow. Because I was in awe of how big Andre looked on TV. Now, I'd never seen him in person, but I saw it on TV and I was like, that is a big guy. And Hulk Hogan, in comparison, didn't look that big. Just to see that
No.
that little guy, to me, you know, I was 9, 10 at the time. So to me, seeing that little guy pick up that really big guy was kind of like, wow. How did he do that?
I honestly, and honestly, Andre's daughter was kind of big for a girl too.
I mean,
He was tall.
she's
Yeah,
tall.
you know,
Very, very tall.
but yeah, I mean, Hulk Hogan's a big guy, but in perspective though, if you're in there with Andre the Giant, everybody's small. I mean, it's
Yep.
Well, honestly, one of my favorite pictures was him and the world's tallest person. Andre looked small compared to the world's tallest person because they were both in the ring.
Mhm.
To make Andre to look small standing in front of him,
Yep.
that's epic and hard to do.
Also, that
Oh yeah,
He's 8 feet. He's like 8'5", 8'5" or something.
8'5".
Yeah,
Wow.
that's the height of the.
Mercy. So, in your opinion, and this is strictly an opinion, who in your opinion is the best male and female wrestlers in the world right now? Who do you think is the best male and the best female wrestler?
Okay.
I'll go first. For me, best male, Seth Rollins. I think that for him, to me, he's not good or bad. He is just Seth. He is that persona.
Yeah.
And I've always seen him as, like, when his music drops, whether you love him or hate him, 99% of the people that are in the arenas at the time are going to sing his song, whether they love him or hate him.
Oh, for
it's
sure.
catchy and it just gets you, you feel the energy. And Seth is just a very big persona, and he is just who he is. And I love his storytelling. Plus, he's a good technician in the ring. Female, I'm at a toss up between, and then this is probably going to surprise Kaden, but I'm at a toss up between Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. Two very exactly. I didn't like Rhea for the longest time. I didn't like her as part of Judgment Day because I didn't get to see her. She was caught up in this storytelling with the Judgment Day, and I couldn't appreciate who she was. Yeah, and then she got stuck in this whole storyline with Dominic, with Dirty Dom, and I just didn't appreciate her until she was able to move out on her own. And then I could appreciate the technician that she is, the worker that she is, and the storyteller that she is. And then Bianca, to me, I mean, from the very first time I saw her wrestle, I just fell in love with her. She's another one that just has a persona that I gravitate towards.
That's what you get.
And I love it. And I love her. Yeah. What about you, buddy?
So Bianca, funny video with me. I was in WWE. It was like a Raw in 2022, and at the time I didn't like Bianca. She was fighting Bailey, and I loved Bailey. So as soon as it got quiet, you could hear in the video, because Bailey slammed her or something, and did something to Bianca. And as soon as it got quiet, you heard, "That's what you get, Bianca."
Yep,
Awesome.
I'll have to send you that video because it's really funny to hear this little voice after it gets quiet yelling, "That's what you get, Bianca."
I'll have to find it.
I have it on mine.
All right.
Please do, man. Go ahead.
Okay, my favorite male is a tie between Andre the Giant,
Oh, right now.
Current
Wrestlers.
wrestlers.
Ricochet, and Ricochet,
Mhm.
and Brad Attitude because of what he did to my cousin, and
What about Ray Phoenix?
and Ray Phoenix.
And Penta.
Mm,
He loves Ray Phoenix.
Oh, absolutely.
Ray Phoenix is quite. Watching Ray Phoenix wrestle is an amazing thing, and seeing it live is absolutely amazing.
And my favorite female wrestler is Caitlin Marie.
Another indie.
She's an independent. She is incredible. We know her from the independent scene, and she is great in the ring. She's a great storyteller, great technician, fantastic. I wish the whole world could see Caitlin Marie, honestly.
Well, hopefully, God willing, the whole world will see her.
Absolutely. She's great.
Wait, you know Caitlin?
Easy.
I don't know Caitlin, but I may have to try to get her on the show.
Absolutely.
So, you were mentioning Rhea Ripley. Something I've been a fan of hers for a while, from back when she was in NXT and all that. And I'm really excited now that she is in the WWE system to see Rhea Ripley and Jordan Grace work a program together. I think those two ladies could tear the house down. I mean,
Grace, I love.
Two powerful women. I mean, whew.
She's very intimidating in person.
She's buff.
We have
Yeah.
We have seen her in person. We actually saw her back in November of last year at WrestleCade.
Tracy.
Now I'm sad that we're not going to get to see her anymore, but I'm so excited for her to be in NXT. And honestly, I was hoping that they would put her straight to main roster, because I think she could outdo some of the women that are in there right now.
Sure. For sure.
She's a great technician. I mean, and she's just incredible to watch. Watching her when she came out at the Royal Rumble, she did incredible in that ring.
Well, you've got to also think, though, putting her in NXT may have been something of a strategic move on WWE's part, because, she has a lot of wisdom to impart to the NXT kids. Being married to Jonathan Gresham and everything, she's got a wealth of experience. So spending some time down there probably isn't a bad thing for the kids coming up. So
they could use her as almost
A mentor.
a mentor / trainer to give some of the feedback and whatnot to the newer crowds.
Exactly. So, Kaden, knowing that you want to be a wrestler, who would be a dream opponent for you? Who would you love to have the opportunity to get in the ring with someday when you're a trained wrestler? Who would you love to wrestle?
Oh, T asked me that question before. Javon Evans. I love Javon, but it just would be like a great match, see, because I'm going to be a high flyer stuff too, so seeing all those flips and turns and all of these, it would be kind of, and then I would want to face, I would want to face, definitely not Caitlin. I'm scared. I think I would want to also face Ray Phoenix. I love him, but that would just be my dream. Ray Phoenix in a hardcore match. That me and Ray Phoenix.
Nice. Well, with any luck, someday that could happen.
Absolutely.
So, and this is sort of a question for all of you. What is your favorite move? What move do you really enjoy seeing done and done well?
I can go first. Can I go first?
Go ahead.
A 619.
I knew it.
That boy's bouncy.
Yeah.
I love to see a good hurricanrana when it's done well and it looks perfect, seamless.
Not
I love
like
that.
Chad. Friday Americano.
Which one? There's two.
Yeah, there's two now.
Oh, when?
Yeah, he apparently grew like 4 inches.
He grew more than 4 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole new one that's like
The
quite a bit taller than the old Americano.
Kaiser, Leland Kaiser.
yeah, the Mexican Destroyer when Penta does it is
Oh.
phenomenal.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Penta's Mexican Destroyer is great.
yeah, that's pretty cool to watch.
Yeah.
And watching Ray Phoenix do his little moves on when he jumps on the ropes.
Oh
The
yeah.
top rope and the bottom rope, and then flips. I mean,
That's
Yeah.
a good move.
just about
I mean,
anything Ray Phoenix does is.
I love to watch him walk across the top rope.
Yeah.
Oh, the
yeah.
Undertaker
I mean,
style.
you know, just the balance and the core strength that takes. I mean, and it's just amazing. That just always, you know, I don't know how they do that. You know, one of my favorite moves, because it's just really, you know, I mean, ultimately it's really just the height of cooperation between you and the person that you're working with, the Spanish Fly. Because I mean, both people have to be in perfect sync to make that, to pull it off and make it look good. You know, I have always loved a good Spanish Fly.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
So, this is a question more for your parents, because you're still very young, but for Missy and Jason, knowing everything that you know at this point in your lives, if you could give any advice to your younger selves, what would it be?
Oh goodness. Wow. Don't give up on your dreams for a guy. I was young and stupid, and I wanted to be a dance teacher. I wanted to own my own dance studio. I grew up as a competitive dancer, and I gave up on all that because I thought I was in love. And so I dropped out of college in my junior year, and I wish I had never done that because now, I mean, at my age now, I still have not gotten a college degree, and I really wish that I could do that. And the older I get, the harder it is to look at and go, oh, I need to go back. I want to go back, but I'm scared to go back and be a failure again.
Well, Missy, it is never too late, and we believe in you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
What about you, Jason?
I guess I would say, you know, go after the degree you want to go after first versus putting it on a back burner. When I graduated high school, I had a I had a full scholarship for the local technical community college for auto bodies, because my high school was one of the three schools in Guilford County that had an automotive body works program. And instead of going on and starting my fire science degree, I went and started. I did the auto body and then finished it. And then 10 years later, I went back to get my paramedic, and I had to change majors. One semester through, or actually 2 semesters through, and I changed over to fire science. And at 36, 37 years old, the focus and the drive is just, it's not there. It's very hard to, you know, do everything with the younger generation and be able to
Keep up.
keep up.
To my younger self, when I started school, never let my parents take me to school ever, and always never go to school.
What about your bullies?
And punch my bullies
No.
and let me stand up for myself and wrestle them in a hardcore match.
That is not what we want you to do.
No.
Physical violence is never the answer.
What? I just wanted to get a little hardcore match.
No.
No.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, listen to your parents, Kaden.
Yeah. I don't need to get a phone call from the school that you tried to wrestle somebody. Although I've heard that a lot of the wrestlers that we know what that's like because they tried those moves in school. So
Javon Evans.
yes.
Because he tried to do a frog splash on somebody at the playground and got suspended for that.
Yep. So Kaden, I have heard that you have a birthday coming up this month. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You're going to be 12, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, you know, I've been kind of working with your mom a little bit, and we actually have a bunch of wrestlers that want to say happy birthday to you. So I've, working with your mom a little bit, I've put together a video, and I want to show this to you. You ready?
Yes, sir.
You ready for the video?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Kaden, North Carolina's #1 wrestling fan. How you doing? It's Blade Brown, and I just wanted to say happy birthday, man, and I wish you many, many more.
Is your dog?
Woo!
What's up, Kaden?
It's
My name's
Slacky.
Asher Rain, and I heard you have a huge 12th birthday coming up. So I just wanted to tell you happy
It's Asher
birthday,
Rain.
and I hope you enjoy your day.
Hello, Kaden. This is international superstar, the man who likes to fight, Roosevelt. And I want to wish you a very, very happy 12th birthday.
That's Asher.
Lucha, what is up, Kaden? Lucha. Happy birthday, happy 12th birthday. I wish I could be there, amigo, during the biggest Lucha house party,
No, that's
having fun
Calixto.
with you, candy, cake, everything. Have fun, it's your birthday, and hey, always lucha for your dreams. Don't let anybody tell you anything different, okay? So you fight. You want to be a luchador, you want to be a doctor, you want to be anything you want in life, you lucha, you fight for it, and you can be anything you want. Again, don't let anybody tell you anything different. You lucha, just like me. Lucha, Kaden. Happy 12th birthday, amigo. And again, wish I could be there. And always lucha. Thank you, amigo. Love you, man. Thank you so much for being such a great fan. Awesome. And lucha. Happy 12th birthday, Kaden.
Hey, Kaden, what's up, my boy? It is one half of Perfect Vision, John Matthews, and I'm just coming to tell you, don't let them bullies tell you what you can and can't do, who you can and can't be, and just remember, show them the world with a clear eye view. I'll see you around, buddy.
Kaden, my dude, what's up? It's the short thing of professional wrestling, Johnny Shore here. Just wanted to wish you a happy 12th birthday, my dude.
What's up, Kaden? It's your boy Wilson Dyer, the algorithms anomaly, the social media savant, and the one-man trending topic, the influence. Now, listen, I don't just shout out anybody, right? But I've heard you've got a birthday coming up, and that you've got your sights on being a professional wrestler someday. Now that's some influencer behavior if I've ever seen it. Keep doing your thing. Keep showing the world what you're made of, and never let the haters slow you down. They can't unfollow greatness, my guy. Happy birthday, future superstar. Have a great day.
Hi, Kaden. It's Casey Vi here, using the Vi method to help you achieve your vision and be inspired to have the greatest day ever. You're turning 12 years old. That is a huge milestone. Your mom, Missy, loves you very much, and I hope to see you at one of my wrestling shows soon, so you can truly achieve your vision and be inspired. Your mom loves you very much, and I hope you have the best birthday. Bye. To make it a great one.
Hey, Kaden, what's going on, my guy? You got Kid Kuda, you got Reese Maddox. I was going to say, I'm sorry.
Hey, buddy, we heard from a friend of ours that it is your 12th birthday, man. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, brother. I got my 21st birthday coming up on Sunday. Little flip of the numbers right there.
Flip them numbers.
Flip the numbers.
Flip them.
All right, but from all the wrestlers here in Florida, we wish you a happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday,
Happy
buddy.
birthday, Kaden.
Reese Madison, Kid Kuda.
So happy birthday, Kaden.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And what I'll do is later on. Well, I'm going to actually throw that video up on the cloud, and I'll send your mom the link to it so you guys can download it and have that video for yourself.
Thank you so much. That was great. What'd you think? He gets quiet when he gets a little overwhelmed, I think.
Nothing wrong with that. But so before we wrap this up, do you have anything else you want to say? Anything you want to give some hype to? Anything you want to talk about before we close this up?
Yeah. Definitely follow him. I do a lot. Me and my mom do a lot of wrestling content like this on her TikTok. Missy Long is her name. TikTok. Keep supporting him, and yeah. And thanks for everybody that's watching.
I think I would love to thank really the entire wrestling community for welcoming and loving and accepting Kaden for exactly who he is. He's had a very hard time over the last few years at school with bullies. People don't really necessarily get him. And so it's been a struggle, and especially the last year has been probably one of the worst. Last 2 years really have been some of the worst, hardest times on him. But as hard as those days are during the week, he gets that escape on the weekends where he gets to be around people that love him and that understand him, and that a lot of them, I've had conversations with, they were him. They tell me that all the time. I was that kid too. And for him to have so many mentors and so many people that just can see the true and amazing kid that he is. I'm trying to get him to understand that that's the important thing, and to not worry about the kids at school, because when he's grown up and out of school, those people aren't going to matter, because those aren't going to be his friends. That wrestling community is still going to be there for him in 6 years when he graduates high school and is off living his life. So
absolutely. And Kaden, there's a lot of people that love you, and it's just it's exciting. This has been so cool having you and your parents on the show, man. You have got a lot going for you, and I'm excited to see you fulfill your dream of being a luchador. You can absolutely do it. You can do anything you set your mind to.
Absolutely. See, I tell you that all the time, don't I? See, I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. You'll learn. But I believe in you.
I believe in you.
I will always believe in you. And I will be your number one supporter no matter what. Don't miss your stream.
Absolutely.
That's my nose.
But as far as what we've got coming up here on the Throwdown, let me see here. Let me back this up. we had you on today. Tomorrow, Wednesday the 9th, at our normal start time of 7 p.m. Eastern, I've got episode 136 with Atlanta-based wrestler KJ Valentine. He was in the chat earlier. And then next Monday, the 14th at 7 p.m. Eastern, I've got episode 137 with from the great state of Florida, The Influence, Wilson Dyer. Definitely excited to have those guys on. And for those of you that have been watching this live, thank you. For those of you that'll be seeing this on replays and on clips on the internet, thank you for that. If you like what we've got going here, do the old like, comment, share, and subscribe. I've got a link tree on my Instagram that has all of my socials. So, you know, please take the time to go follow me on my various socials. And in the meantime, Long family, thank you so much. This has been nothing but a pleasure. I have had the best time, and I look forward to staying in touch with all of you guys. Y'all are something special.
Thank you so much for having us.
We appreciate it.
I love seeing him. I love seeing other people get to fall in love with the kid that I have always known was amazing. So thank you for letting me share my son with the world.
Absolutely. And you know, you guys are now part of the Throwdown family, so you've got a standing invitation to come back. So you know, we would definitely like to have y'all back in another couple of years and just kind of see where things are.
Absolutely.
And in the meantime, be good to each other.